Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. And another heavyweight news and notes mashup video today, starting with Michal Hunter, who has been unceremoniously dumped from the WBA rankings. So he had been at number 1, and you can see here it is now not rated. So, not good news for Hunter, and as I noted in my tweet about this, seemingly it must be due to inactivity, because his last fight was against Jerry Forrest, and that was at the end of 2021, so he's gone more than 12 months without a fight, and obviously the WBA has basically taken him out because of that. He's paid the price for the inactivity, and it wasn't for want of trying to fight in 2022, because he was meant to face Hughie Fury a couple of times, but Hughie pull-out Fury did not go through with those fights. So I wonder if there is a case where he'll put some sort of case to the WBA to say, look, I need a dispensation to maintain my ranking because there were circumstances outside of my control. And maybe he'll make that case to the WBA, because let's face it, the number 1 ranking in the WBA was what Hunter had going on. It's been a tough couple of years for him. He was dumped by Matchroom during the early stages of the pandemic in 2020, sort of out in the wind by his own, and then he had that random deal at Triller, and then he somehow managed to work his way up to number 1. And now he's out. So perhaps the signing or the partnership with Egis Klimas as an advisor of his is making more sense now, because I think he will need someone like Klimas in his corner to help work with the WBA, grease those wheels to try to, sort of resolve situations like this, because number 1 ranking in the WBA and now out of the rankings altogether, it's not a good scenario for Hunter. Maybe Klimas can work some magic, we'll have to see, but not good news for him. But elsewhere in the rankings, so Zhan Kossobutskiy, he had been mid-table in the top 15, gone altogether, unclear as to why, replaced by Filip Hrgovic, who parachutes in. Fabio Wardley also enters the top 15, and that's at the expense of Kevin Lorena, who got beaten by Daniel Dubois and is out of the 15 altogether. So that is the latest WBA ranking updates. Frazer Clarke has been added to what's becoming quite a stacked bill for January the 21st, which is headlined by Chris Eubank and Liam Smith. So this will be the second heavyweight fight on the card after Joseph Parker, Jack Massey, Frazer Clarke opponent TBC. Also, a third heavyweight fight has been added to the bill. Matty Harris, who is a Wasserman prospect, no opponent for Harris or Clark at this stage, although I have seen the name of Gabriel Nguema mooted for Clark, but on BoxRec and also the social media postings, nothing as yet officially for Clark. But if it is Nguema, yeah, that's not too bad. He's a tough, sort of durable and crafty veteran journeyman, so I wouldn't mind that. At this stage, he just needs activity and needs some guys that are strong, tough, durable, that can go some rounds, because let's face it, that's what he needs. So 3 heavyweight fights on that bill, including also a cruiserweight clash in the main event as well. So not a bad little card there. Joseph Parker, meanwhile, he's facing Jack Massey on that card. Currently in Morecambe, he's been sparring with Solomon Dacres, the Matchroom prospect. And Joseph Parker, he's talking about potential opponents after this Massey fight. He says Joshua's got to fight someone. I know he's looking for a trainer or working with a few trainers in America, but if AJ wants a fight, let me finish Jack off. If you're looking for a fight, come to me. Dillian White, if you're looking for a fight, I'm available after I take care of Jack. Even Joe Joyce, if you want another fight and no one wants to fight you, let's go again. I don't really care. I have no worries about fighting anyone. Joseph Parker's statements. I guess the problem for Joseph Parker is he's deliberately put himself on an island at Sky. So will Matchroom fighters or will Frank Warren fighters be coming over to Sky? Unlikely. As it was, Parker was allowed by Sky to go face Joe Joyce, and Parker said he'd win and then there'd be a rematch on Sky. But with Joseph Parker getting knocked out, no rematch, and it kind of looks like Sky's investment in Parker took a bit of a hit, because now they're having to pay him probably really good money for a tune-up fight that no one really wants to see, but it is what it is. But Parker sort of calling guys out, Joshua's not going to Sky. He's going to be fighting on DAZN. He's a DAZN exclusive fighter. Dillian Whyte won't fight Joseph Parker until after a potential fight with Anthony Joshua. He's going to wait and see what happens. His name has been bandied around for a fight in about 6 months' time with Joshua. Dillian Whyte will not be entertaining Joseph Parker until then. So it's a little bit unclear what Parker does because he's on that island at Sky now. They don't have a huge heavyweight stable, but that's when you have to look in bringing in guys that are sort of B-side for hire, as it were. The Otto Varlins, Martin Bakoli, Michal Hunter. They do have Hughie Fury at Sky, but no one wants to see that. The first fight was terrible. Frazer Clarke is also with Sky, but he's not far enough along for them to want to risk putting Clarke in with Parker, because that would basically probably finish off his title aspirations before that even really begun. Moving on, the Polish prospect Damian Kaniba has signed a multi-year promotional contract with Top Rank. So Kaniba, Polish fighter, 10-0, signing with Top Rank. So Bob Arum says Damian Kaniba is a supremely talented heavyweight, and he is already a fan favourite among the passionate and knowledgeable Polish fans. I expect Damian to take a big leap forward in 2023. And then Kaniba comments, I'm looking forward to following in the footsteps of Andrew Golota, Thomas Adamek and Adam Kovnarski. With all due respect to those who paved the way, my dream is to surpass them and become the first Polish heavyweight world champion. I know there's a long road ahead of me and I'm ready for this journey. This is another milestone I've hit with my team, including my manager, Lukas Kovnarski. With Top Rank behind me, the sky's the limit. So there will be a fight coming up for his Top Rank debut in due course. So I know some people have been talking about Kaniba more recently in glowing terms. I've seen quite a few of his fights, and I'm still a little on the fence. He's still quite a raw sort of product. He's 26 years old. What is he, 6'7"? He's got decent skills, decent power, but he's very raw. And there has been some fights, especially some of those early ones in Poland, where it looked like guys were taking dives. More recently, he's fought some journeymen in the United States. I mean, I think we have to give him a couple of years to really know what we've got. I'm not naturally projecting him to be some sort of champion, but I think he can be in the mix at a fringe contender level potentially, but there's a lot of water to pass under the bridge. But Top Rank's got a pretty decent stable of heavyweights. At some point, he could be matched with some of them. But, for Kaniba and his aspirations, it's a good step forward and a good deal for him to lock something in to give him some certainty about fight dates in the United States. And Kaniba on his social media had also commented that this would be the first time that a Polish heavyweight has signed on to Bob Arum. I can't verify that, but that's what he stated. Dave Allen has made a promise that he's going to give his all for his February the 18th fight, saying, I intend on making a statement. I am back to fulfill my potential and make 2023 a big year, but I'm back and I'm healthier and I'm happier for it. If I can win a few fights and bag a title and make a few quid, even better. And Trevor Bryan putting the heavyweight division on notice after getting dominated by Daniel Dubois some months back. He says, it's not over, and I can't wait to get back. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often, hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.